Hey guys, back. Episode 223 or episode 51, depending on how you're counting. June 18th, 2024. Brian Dunnigan back in the Rock Life Studios. This episode is presented once again by Rock Life Offroad. Don't forget to use the code out the top at Rock Life Offroad or RockLifeRacing.com. Right now, any Rock Life hat, t-shirt, pit crew shirt that you order gets you entered in to win a set of Super Grip tires and Super Grip beadlocks to be given away July the 5th at our UTV race in Monticello, Kentucky. Now that that's out of the way, Dan Carter.
What's happening?
What's up, buddy?
Man, just been slaving away.
Is it we're in the middle of our first heat wave.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm assuming you guys are too.
Dude, it's been brutal. And we've been so wide open at work, we just hadn't had any chance to slow down.
Well, I mean, we're kind of the same way. Usually June, July is our slow months at the shop. Right now it has not slowed at all, which is good. But it's so hot back there.
Oh, man.
And it's funny because we opened our pool here at home in early May. Couldn't get in it. Too cold.
Yeah.
Even last Tuesday, couldn't get in it. Too cold. I mean, you could get in it, but it was uncomfortable.
Right.
And then a week removed from that, it's like bath water.
Oh, yeah.
So that's all we've done all weekend, all day yesterday or all yesterday evening. Come home and get in the pool.
Yeah. It's a good time of year for it.
Well, I'm afraid that is going to be my new home for the summer. Today we didn't get. It was so hot today that we didn't even want to go outside and get in the pool.
Oh, yeah. I can believe that. It's
just humid. It's that humidity. It's not that dry heat like they got out west.
Yeah, and that's what everybody don't understand. It's like, you'll hear people talking like, "Oh man, it's 110 degrees in Arizona." Man, that's just not the same.
So what? Any good stories or anything from the week? Any gossip that on your end? Anything going on?
Not a whole lot. We've just been getting everything prepped for. We're actually taking off the West Virginia race. We're not going to do that in order to get everything dialed in and ready for the race at Monticello for the July 4th weekend at the Wayne County Fair. We're stoked about that. So we've got some stuff we got to do the buggy before then. Still no update on the semi. So we're trying to figure out how to get everything loaded up into the bumper pull trailer to get it up there. So that's another reason that we've kind of opted out from the West Virginia race. Man, that's a lot of wear and tear on the old pickup truck to drive 12, 14 hours up there to West Virginia. So our next National Rock race, I believe, will be Piedmont for Indian Mountain, maybe?
No.
Or what?
No. We got Pretty Place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pretty Place is the one after West Virginia. I keep forgetting about that one as well. I don't know. New park. Hopefully, they do all the things that they said they were going to do when we were there in spring or whenever we went. When did we go? I don't even remember.
So you and I met up there for the benefit ride for Trip.
Was that this spring or last fall? That was this spring, wasn't it?
It was this spring.
Yeah.
Well, it was coming out of winter more or less.
Yeah.
So it rained the entire time, but
good
man, that was a good time.
Yeah, they got a pretty cool place there set up next to Circle E. So I'll look forward to that. So I don't have much anything either. I do have one surprise that I've not told you. I met with a guy this week about doing some stuff. And I think we're going to revive the red buggy.
What?
Yeah, I think we're going to. We were going to make a sign out of it.
Yeah.
I just can't make myself. I don't know. I don't want to look at it every day coming in and out. Like, it would be cool, but I don't want to look at it every day.
Right, yeah.
So we went outside the shop the other day and looked at it. We didn't really pull a tape measure or nothing, but obviously the whole roof is junk.
Yeah.
The bulkheads were junk. You know, your rear area where the motor and transmission, that's all trash. The front area is pretty well trash. But man, with this new L&W lower kit that they're selling now, we got to looking, we can cut the front of that buggy off. We can cut the rear engine area. We can cut that off.
Right.
The roof's really, I mean, you cut some bars out. You put a new roof area on it. It's good as new.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, it's got all the hard stuff's already done.
Right.
All your time consuming stuff is already done, especially using the L&W kit. So all your front's going to be there. Your back mounts are all done. The seat's done in it. The steering's done in it. The pedals are done there. The shifter's done there. So yeah, I don't know when we're going to start on this. This is a winter project, and it may not even be this winter.
Right.
But we're going to start collecting parts, and we're going to revive old girl.
That's cool.
Going to make a trail rig, slash show car slash, if I ever do get stupid and decide that I want to race something, I can go out there, and then you all can make fun of me that week for being an on the hook idiot. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm attached to it, dude.
Yeah, no doubt. That thing would be the perfect trail rig slash, race rig if you wanted to go that route.
I do think when we go back together with it, I will go ahead and do the 72 wide.
Oh man, yeah. When L&W did that on that new buggy, that's one of those things that I kick myself in the butt for not pushing for faster. Like, we'd always wanted to retain the 62 wide.
We just had so much of that stuff.
Right. Yeah. We that way we could swap parts from one car to the other. But when you guys talked me into doing that this go around, I was like, man, I should have done that ages ago.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple times.
Yeah.
But it was just like you said. It was just the fact of you had 3 identical cars, more or less, and if you needed something to get through, you went to the trailer, and if you had to, you pulled it off. Right. I don't know. One of these days, we'll get it all switched over, and it'll all be the other way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then we won't be able to give away all of our 62 parts.
No, I've got a stack of 64 parts at the shop we can't do nothing with. But yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that deal. Our old buddy Nathaniel Bell, he comes. So if you're ever around me and I go, I've been thinking, it's usually bad. It's usually bad because it means I'm about to either 1, completely rearrange my store, or 2, I've got one of those ADD moments where we have got to go do this, and we've got to do it now. Right. Or it's just something completely off the wall. But but usually it starts with I've been thinking. The boy at the shop does not like hearing that. He says, "Oh Lord, here we go." And so
rearrange.
Yeah, when Nathaniel come in the shop the other day, I go, "Hey, I've been thinking about something. Like, let's go out here and look at this buggy and see how much trouble you think this would be, and do you think you want to do it?"
Yeah.
But he agreed. So he's got my 570 now.
Yeah.
So we got to get it back first, and I think he's going to do some work on his buggy this winter. So maybe mine will go up there after he gets all the important stuff done.
Man, speaking of the 570, that thing that thing's been getting a little bit of notoriety on the internet.
Well, I know. Just wait, boys. Just wait.
I saw a couple of people asking about, if anybody had built a little 570 buggy before, and they were lighting you up.
It's going to be, dude, it's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
We're going to do it just same as the blue buggy.
Oh, that's cool.
We're going to wrap it the same color. Kid's going to like it. Nevertheless, moving on. I wanted to talk a little bit, and we've talked about this quite a bit throughout the year about how fast our UTV classes are.
Right.
There's some changes in some people's buggies going on, and it's nothing major, but it's people who have who've been running the same stuff for a while, and now they're seeing the speed pick up.
Right.
And so they're making some changes, and I don't care. I mean, it's nothing bad. So Jay Storts is long traveling his stock class razor. DC Thompson, I don't know if anybody's seen some Facebook posts a couple weeks ago. DC selling razor stuff left and right. His plans are going Can-Am drivetrain razor suspension.
I wondered what he was up to.
Yeah, I asked him about it. And that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do, or he wants to trade his buggy for a fully built Can-Am one.
Yeah.
But the speed in the competition in these classes are making people make moves.
Right.
I mean, just like us. I mean, we had to, every year we have to throw a little bit more power in it, just to stay relevant.
Right, and that to me, that's what's pushing everybody. They see us stepping up, and they're like, "Oh shit, Dan's making moves." So
Gotta go.
Going to Can-Am and stuff, and poor Cash, we just scared him straight into damn racing a whole nother series, man.
You run him off.
I am sorry, guys.
I mean, damn it, Dan. You're gonna have to slow down with these guys.
But yeah, man, everybody's tightening up, and it's like, I really noticed this, and he's probably going to be pissed at me for saying this, but I noticed at Hawk Pride, Clay Kaysen seemed a little bit more nervous than he usually is. Like, I don't know if it was just having to come off those big downhills, or if it's the competition that's gotten so tight. I don't know if that he's more strategic in his moves from here on out.
He did seem a little bit more on edge.
Yeah.
I talked to him for a little bit, and he did seem a little bit more on edge. And I mean, the old joke used to be, you get to the racetrack on whatever day, Thursday. Usually you get there on Thursday. I remember at Windrock one time, Thursday evening, I get there. Timmy's there. And then me.
Right.
That's it. I'm usually the first vendor there. Try to be. Timmy's usually tries to get there before everybody. And for me, it's just because I have a big rig. It takes a lot of room to park.
Right.
He has a big rig. He needs, the good parking spot for that thing. He can't be going mud bogging in that rig. But you'd get there, and I'd get there, and you'd look up, and there that green hat would be on the hill.
Yeah.
And then you'd get up Friday morning, and you'd look up, and it would still be in that same spot. Like the dude is on the hill all the time.
Right.
And now that he's back and that's back, everybody else is really having to crank it up.
Yeah.
The preparation aspect, the analyzing the hills, watching other people run, even in different classes. You don't see a whole lot of people sitting around and just spectating anymore. They're watching with intent.
Right.
And that's cool, man. It's getting fast. People are feeling the pressure, and it's going to make for an interesting back half of the season, I think, to say the least.
Yeah.
Something else. There was some sort of race at Wheeling in the country this weekend. Know some guys that went down there. They had, I guess, a bouncer class and then a UTV class. They were, they got down there, and I think the bouncers done fine, whatever. But the UTV class, they were trying to send them straight up flipper. Now, I don't know if you've seen any pictures of flipper lately.
I have not.
You don't want to.
Man, I could only imagine how bad that's gotten. Because back in the day, I mean, that was pretty serious.
Well, they were wanting to send them straight up the middle of that thing, and then I guess some of the guys got together and they're like, "Hey, we can't do this. Like, it can't be done."
Right.
And nobody was going to enter the race because there was no point in entering the race. So they finally talked them into moving the course around a little bit and letting them go up the edge.
Right.
And even then, I mean, they had some trouble. Dylan Dowler turned over. Some other guys had some trouble. But I don't know what. And I say this every week. We go to a new park or a new hill, and I ask somebody almost all the time, is any UTVs going to make it? You know, my answer is always, I don't think so, and they always do.
Right.
They almost always make what I think they can't make. I don't think anybody's getting up flipper in a side-by-side. I don't think the line they were trying to make them go is actually possible.
Right. If I'm not wrong, that section is pretty bad undercut.
Very.
So, yeah, it's probably damn near impossible.
Well, that's it. I mean, it would swallow a side-by-side tire, even if you were running 37s.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were thinking with that, but I'm glad they got that straightened out. But I'm not sure who won that event. Nathan King got second. Nathaniel Bell got third. They went to get, I don't know if they had trophies, but I'm going to say they did. Went to get their trophies and their payouts. Second, third place, I don't guess paid. They were told that the UTV drivers voted in the drivers' meeting that it was going to be changed to a winners take all event. But from what I understand, none of them remember that vote.
Man, that's a good way to boost the economy for the next race.
Yeah. I wasn't there. This is all allegedly.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'll be honest with you, I never even knew it was going on this weekend.
There was some advertisements floating around, and I'd seen some stuff. And, of course, I had some people tell me they were going. But, yeah, I don't know how you make that vote.
Yeah.
Without everybody who has entered in the event voting. I mean, if on something like that, everybody who has entered the event needs to have a vote.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sketchy if that were the case. But
I hate that for them if that was the case, because that, like you said, that is the kind of stuff that will ensure that you don't have another successful event.
Right.
Speaking of which, the internet today has been full of entertainment.
Oh, man. I got tagged. You got tagged. The podcast got tagged.
Yes.
There's hate going down. There's hate going on down in Alabama.
There's something going on in Alabama. I'm not sure what it
hate
is.
your heart. You gotta let it out.
There's something going on in Alabama. Oh, so for as much as I am an advocate for off-road parks, I want them to be open. I want them to be successful. You cannot be an idiot and run one of these places. And I'm afraid we may have found one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the whole situation about everything that's going on.
I don't either.
But
So
I'd heard.
let's tell a little backstory.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You tell what you've heard, and I'll tell what I've heard. We'll see if it makes any sense.
I caught it a little bit this morning. I didn't even know the guy's name. I just seen him commenting. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say. I didn't know that was the guy that ran the park.
Right.
But there was some comments being made about the money, about which it's $40 to get in for the weekend down there. Right. Whatever, no big deal. Pay your gate fee and go on. But there was a lot of comments about the plus ones.
Right.
And I guess I come to find out there's a friends and family list to the park too, I guess, of people who he says doesn't have to pay, which that is fine. That's his place. And if he wants to let his buddies come ride for free, that's whatever. But anyways, it's from what I understand, it started over the plus ones. And somehow or another it escalated into, this is my place. It's my way or the highway. If you don't like it, don't come. And it's just like all over Facebook.
Yeah.
And it is all completely, just utterly unprofessional.
Yeah.
It is a horrible look for any business for its representative to be on there speaking to people that way.
Right. Yeah, and I'd heard that like this guy is like blocking people from the page, blocking people from his page, and he's kind of got could give a shit less attitude, I guess. I don't know. But it kind of goes back, like he kind of come on my radar a while back about this part was going to be the new park that the Outlaw Racing Series was going to. Never been there. It was a new park. We were all excited about it, and then they started a bounty hill, and it's almost like it's an inclimbable bounty hill. And then that's when a lot of that stemmed is from the bounty hill being so impossible, and some of the guys not being able to climb it, and they're like trying to tell him not to rope off certain areas so that it is possibly able to be climbed, I guess. And he was like shutting everybody down then, talking about how it's his park, his rules. He didn't give a crap less whether anybody climbed the hill or not. It's kind of his rules, and then all that died down. And then this morning I got on Facebook and saw where there was just a shit show going on about this whole thing.
So I seen it, and I put it in the notes for the show today to talk about this. And then somebody called me, and I was talking to them during the day, and they're like, "Oh, I guess you seen about all that stuff with the North Alabama Rod Park." And I was like, "Yeah, I've seen some of it." And they were like, "Well, let me tell you what happened to me. Like, I went there to ride, and he called me an idiot to my face." And I'm like, "Dude, what?" They're like, "Yeah, like he was trying to say I was stupid for wanting to run my razor up this hill, and told me I couldn't because he would be responsible if I wrecked and hurt myself. But then told him he couldn't race. Yeah, maybe it was this bounty event. Told him he couldn't race, but told him if he wanted to hit it before the race, he could." Like, how does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
It sounds like this guy. I just don't know. I don't know. I've never seen somebody act like a child so much. And to get on there talking about, he got on the internet and was talking about all these people who have never never run a business. You know, he put his park up for sale today. Yeah, for anybody who thinks they can run a business, they can come buy that park for $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a good deal when you run it into the ground.
That's a good deal when you run it into the ground. But people like that, man, it just makes me not want to even go there for any reason.
I'd actually heard that it's on one of those posts way below all the people talking about they had been banned from the page.
Yeah.
But somebody had actually said that they knew people personally that lived in that area that would not go to that park just because that guy owned the park.
See, here's the thing with all this. Okay, if I own said park, right, and I'm an asshole, chances are I know I'm an asshole.
Right.
Chances are I know I'm an asshole, and chances are that I know I probably shouldn't be the face of the park, even though I own the park.
Right.
If I want it to be successful, I need to sit back there in my house on my kitchen table, and I need to count your money, $40 at a daggone time, and I need to let Dan Carter come in and be the face of the park and deal with it. You know, I need to let somebody else come in and handle the social media. If you want it to be successful, old dude is going to have to go and stand in the corner and observe like everybody else and let somebody else run that, because if somebody like him continues to control that place and continues to act in a public forum in the way that he did today and has, I don't think it's there, boys.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's there.
You'll shut yourself down pretty quick.
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. It's his place. It's your place. It's your rules. I get it. But the thing is, we all know that. We know that when we go into these parks, that is somebody's place. And we all know that we're going to play by their rules.
Right.
You know, we don't need to be told like 3-year-olds.
But man, I mean, just think about it this way. You and I have been to, I'm not going to say more off-road parks than anybody.
No.
But we have been to our fair share of off-road parks, from North Carolina, Virginia, as far south as Alabama, far east as Georgia, and far west as Oklahoma. Out of all those parks, we've only had one dealing with one arrogant person who owned the park.
Yeah.
The many, many others, and I can't count them on my hands and toes, have all been perfect hosts.
Yes.
And man, we've seen what the negative hosts or the negative Nancys, we see what happens to them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this guy's been around much, but he definitely, he's going to be kicking himself in the ass in the next couple of years when everything's shut down and nobody wants to come pay $5 to come to his park and ride.
It's frustrating because I don't want to see that happen to the guy.
Yeah, I don't.
I want everybody who can. I mean, I wish to everybody who could and had the space to do it to open an off-road park. That's just more places for us to go.
Right.
But it makes you weary, you know.
Yeah. I just wish he would see things in a different light. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. It's been a day. Don't have a whole lot more than that this week. Just a little short episode. We wasn't even going to record. Yeah, we're still at about 30 minutes, so that's a pretty good little short show. Wasn't even going to record, but there was a few things come up. We decided we was just going to go ahead and keep the ball rolling and talk about it a little bit today. And entertainment, boys. It's been an entertaining day.
Hail to the keyboard warriors today.
Hail to the keyboard warriors. Listen, have you seen the I know you've seen it. What about the girl meme? I posted one with
Hawk to
oh golly, she's everywhere, dude.
Dude, they are trying so hard to find that little girl.
She is
And
everywhere.
she reminds me of a girl back home. We call her Kenny Dean, but almost a spitting image of a girl from back home. But so this was recorded in Nashville.
Yeah,
So
maybe her.
no telling. But Nashville is it's a pretty popular spot right now. So I'm sure the internet's going to do their thing and find that little girl. And I'm probably imagine she's too embarrassed to even claim anything for right now.
I would love to know the combined views of all of the videos that have been meshed with hers. And I'm sorry guys, this has nothing to do with off-road. It's just been an internet week. The first one I seen was with Mike Epps at the end going, I'd like to get to see what that'd be like. That's the best one yet. You can't top that, guys. All right, that's enough. Rock Life Off-Road Race. Shit. Rock Life Off-Road Race, July 5th. Wayne County Fair. We're up to $1,200 to win. 10 chassis show up. Dan's putting in another $500. We're going to keep raffling off these tires. Guys, we've only made $100 on this raffle. So if you get in now, the chances are high that you will win a set of 4 Super Grip tires and 4 Super Grip bead locks. That's about a $2,000 value for only $5. And I think we're going to throw in we're going to pull another ticket for a Polaris North Star cooler.
Oh, sweet.
As well. We've got some of those in at the shop this week, and we might just throw one of those in for a second place prize. So also, like I said, any Rock Life Off-Road hat, t-shirt you buy online or in person at Rock Life up until the event day, that's going to get you entered in for a chance on those tires and wheels. Daniel, short episode's been a good week, fun week. Hopefully we'll be back next week. But we've got one last thing. Guys, I hope you haven't left yet because you're about to get the best part of the show. So our old buddy from Alabama who runs said park, we reached out to him for a comment about the ongoings of today, and it'll give us a little update for the weekend. We reached out to him for a comment. We were going to try and have him on the show. He couldn't quite figure out the Zoom. So he just pre-recorded something and sent to us. We just got it in. So stick around. We're going to throw that in right now. Dan, it's been a good week. We'll see you next week. But guys, stick around. This is the owner of the Alabama Park for the race this weekend. Y'all stick around. It's going to be great.
Hey, Brian, I appreciate you having us on this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good event. We got the in-law race series coming up, and it's going to be $40. It don't matter who you are. It's $40 getting the park. Now, some of them drivers with the in-laws are going to get the +1, but I got the race schedule right here with everybody that does get a +1. So it ain't very many people, but the racer's gonna get +1, but anybody else, I don't care who you are gonna pay that $40 to get in. I don't care if you come in for 1 minute or for the full weekend, you're gonna have to pay to get in at $40. It takes a lot to keep this old equipment up and going. It just, park needs maintenance, stuff like that. But it's going to be a good weekend. We're going to make the best of it. We got all the best drivers coming around because it's a professional driver with a professional race series with the in-law racing. And it's just going to be a good time. We're going to even probably throw some people on that unclimbable bounty hill after the race. But we're going to see some of them big names like the Wade Good and the Timmy Cameron and the old Bacons. They're going to come down. And I think Will Bell may be making a surprise superstar appearance there. And, that cost me some money to get him. That's what that $40 is going to go for, to help promote some of these drivers coming into the park. It's just one of them things that we're going to have to do to make this thing big like it needs to be. But I tell you what, everybody's done got me so riled up. It's just one of them things that just they talking about on the internets about how that it's $40 is overcharging, and I just don't see it because everything's just so high right now. But for everybody to come in, you know, it's gonna cost that $40. I don't care who you are. It's my way or the highway, and you're gonna pay. You gotta pay to play. Just how it is. Hold on, that's my sister calling. Hey, baby. No, I ain't getting riled up. I'm just tired of all these people making fun of us over here on the interwebs about the racing stuff showing up this weekend. I'm just tired of it. It's just one thing after another, but I promise you I ain't gonna get mad. I'm just trying to stay calm. Yeah, I know. I took my blood pressure medicine this morning, baby. I'll be home in a little bit for dinner. Okay, love you. Bye-bye. So we'll see you this weekend. Y'all just bring the checkbook. That's all I gotta say.
Hawk to 'em, mother lovers.
Hawk to it. God.